Chapter 11. The Dorm Room at Midnight. On Everywhere Earth, a dorm room glowed with the light of a laptop long past midnight, and Olivia sat surrounded by unfinished papers and unanswered questions about who she was becoming. Independence felt heavier than she expected, and success did not quiet the anxiety in her chest, yet as she closed her books in exhaustion, she remembered the words of Jesus Christ, that "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest," written in Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Olivia knelt beside her bed for the first time since moving away from home, and in that simple act, redemption met her, teaching her that rest is found not in achievement but in surrender. Chapter 12. The Philosophy Lecture. In a crowded philosophy lecture hall on Everywhere Earth, Marcus listened as truth was questioned and absolutes were dismissed, and he felt his faith shrinking under the pressure to sound intelligent. Doubt crept in quietly, convincing him that belief in God was outdated, yet later that evening, while reading alone, he encountered the reminder that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, as written in Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. Marcus realized that wisdom does not require abandoning faith, and redemption took shape as courage, allowing him to trust God's truth even when it stood alone in the room. Chapter 13. The Internship Interview. At a downtown office on Everywhere Earth, Sophia rehearsed answers in her head, believing her worth depended on landing the right opportunity. Rejection letters had begun to feel personal, and comparison stole her peace, yet while waiting in the lobby, she remembered that a man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps, from Proverbs chapter 16 verse 9. Redemption shifted her perspective, reminding her that doors closed by man are not failures when God is leading elsewhere. She walked into the interview confident not in her resume, but in God's direction. Chapter 14. The Party That Promised More. On a Friday night in Everywhere Earth, Ethan stood in a crowded apartment where laughter felt forced and emptiness was passed around freely. He had chased belonging through distraction, hoping noise would drown conviction, yet as the night wore on, he remembered that there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death, written in Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12. Ethan left early, choosing obedience over approval, and redemption followed him home, proving that walking away can sometimes be the strongest step of faith. Chapter 15. The Commencement Prayer. As the sun rose over Everywhere Earth on commencement morning, Aaliyah sat quietly before the ceremony, reflecting on years of growth, doubt, and discovery. She no longer feared the unknown, because she had learned to trust God's voice above her own plans, remembering that trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, from Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 through 6. Redemption crowned her journey not with certainty, but with confidence rooted in faith, and as she stepped forward into adulthood, she carried purpose shaped by obedience, not fear.